Now my internship placement, I work in the East Cleveland School District. I go to the middle school every Wednesday, elementary school every Thursday, high school every Friday. And because, East Cleveland is, as you know, one of the poorest city in the US. And because they only have 2 public schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school. So almost same kids from the elementary school to middle school and high school, they go same. So I can feel like by going this all 3 school, how those children from elementary to high school change their behavior and how they can develop. And as I experienced both South Korean and East Korean, actually it was very, very different. I also worked in the South Korea, one of the more poorest schools in there, but I never experienced. In the first floor of the school, there are shower room and laundry room because students can do shower or laundry in their home. They are very poor, and more than 30% of the students don't come to the school, and they do weed and so many things. Gun violence happen every day. I can talk to this for 3 hours. So I experienced so many different things from there. I think time is so limited, so I can't explain this everything. But what I just want to say is, compared to the South Korea and East Korea, we have more academic pressure, kind of academic stress thing. But East Cleveland, they don't care about the academic things that much, more survivor things, homeless or kind of mental issues. So what school social worker focus on is very, very different. And the power teacher have is very different. When I was in the South Korea, I think more than 95% of the students come to the school every day because come to the school is very important thing for their life. And teachers' words have very powerful words. They have to follow teachers' word because teacher can make a transcription and they have a power to grade students. So teachers have very power in the school. But East Cleveland, more than 30% students don't come to school. On Friday, that Friday is the most day that the most students don't come to school because it's Friday that they want to run weekend. So more than 30% students don't come. And if I go to the classroom in first period, only 1 or 2 students in their classroom, they every day wake up late and kind of attendance intervention is more focused on East Cleveland. So so I just searched this, and youth happiness in South Korea and United States actually is similar. Both are very low compared to the OECD average. So I feel like what I want to say, because I'm a South Korean, South Korea is one of the safe city. There's no any violence issue, no race issue, and at least I met hundreds of the children in the South Korea, but kind of homeless issue, that kind of things don't happen that much in the Korea. But US, and especially for East Cleveland, many children are in the homeless, foster care, drugs issues. They have many mental issues, but compared to them, it's so similar. Their happiness is there. And I found that for last years in the South Korea, suicide more than in the US. So I feel like South Korea is very safe city, very happy city, but the thing is different. We have specific academic pressure, so whatever we have more safe country, that means children don't need a social work. Children don't need a support. US and South Korea, they have their own difficulty, each other, and I feel like that's the role that school social worker really need. So from this experience from South Korea and experience from the US now, I really resonate in the school social work, and during the internship, I really think about what kind of economical support, emotional support, behavioral support, academic support I can do for students as a school social worker. And this is still a question mark to me, and I'm trying to focus on this semester. So let me wrap up today's my experience. So if you are interested to work in the South Korea, I can share some special thing in here. For South Korea, they have so many academic pressure. More than almost 80% students go to the university. We label students, if one student don't go to the university, they are failure of their life. University rank is kind of very important thing in their life. So every student have so many academic pressure to go to the university. And it's mostly individual society. So when I first come to the US, everyone say, "Hey, how are you?" I feel really stressed about that because in South Korea, we don't just hi or we don't greet. We don't have small talk culture that much. So I feel like, of course, US is also an individual country, but I can feel that South Korea is more individual. But yeah, there's some uniquely in military setting because we are in the conflict with North Korea. The military is very communal and yeah, many things. And yeah, as I said before, school is very important. Yeah, so I feel like yeah, school social work, yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah. So I want to wrap up this with a sentence. This sentence is I wrote from my favorite person, and it said, "Those who are fortunate use their childhood to heal their life, while those who aren't fortunate spend their lifetime healing their childhood." So I want to say, children can't choose the parents, and sometimes even if they don't want it, they do nothing. They have to suffer from kind of trauma thing, violence thing in their childhood. But that don't mean they don't have to suffer their whole life by the kind of violence. So I can feel that as a school is the one of the setting that students spend their so many times in their childhood life. So as a school social worker, if children have at least one supportive adult in their life period when they are in trouble, and school social worker can be that adult because they spend time together and they are in that dynamic together. That's the way how school social worker can change their life, childhood, like just being supportive adult, they can impact their life so much. Like, as I experienced from the military, like, there are so many violence, and if the soldiers just do that violence again and again, I think that can also be trauma, and they can change their life very much. But like, I try to change the better culture, less violence, so it can change. So whatever their personality, whatever event they met, as we give the children to the better school setting and give supportive intervention as a school social worker, I can feel, yeah, we can heal the childhood. So that's what I learned from the South Korea, and that's what I want to pursue my path of studies to processing. Thank you very much.